We're here at the Brooklyn Museum. We have to say this is an important place for us. This epitomizes what's so great about Brooklyn. Because the Brooklyn Museum is devoted to bringing every kind of Brooklynite here to appreciate the culture of our city, our state, our nation, our world, together in one place. And that epitomizes what we love about our borough. It's truly a place for everyone. And what we want for our borough and for our city. So let's thank the Brooklyn Museum for living that out every day. Shirley and I have been to a number of inaugurations in the last few days. This one's very personal, not only because of our appreciation for Eric, because this is our home borough and we want it to be in good hands. And once again, the people have shown great wisdom because they chose for a borough president someone who will truly bring Brooklyn together and bring it to the next level. I don't have a doubt in my mind that's who Eric is. Now, Eric has, I'm going to use a little hackneyed phrase here, some very large shoes to fill. I said the other day, and I meant it, Eric's going to be an extraordinary borough president, but there's only one Mr. Brooklyn, and he gets to keep that title. And Marty Markowitz, I can just say this, I think for a lot of us, it won't be Brooklyn, it can't be Brooklyn unless you're on the scene. So we need you on the scene because you mean so much to all of us. And because you have epitomized Brooklyn through its tough times and its good times, you have evinced a kind of pride in Brooklyn and a sense of where Brooklyn could go and did go. And that's what we love about you and appreciate you. You led us through the storm to the day that you could hand off the baton to another great leader in Eric. So let's thank Marty Markowitz again. And I want to frame what Eric Adams will mean for this borough and what he'll mean for this city, because his voice is going to be heard strongly. It has been heard for years. When he was on the police force, it was heard in his time in Albany. It's going to be heard even more strongly, and that will be something very, very good for the city of New York. Let me start, because of the weekend that we're in, let me offer this quote, because I think it frames it all. And this is just a brief passage from Martin Luther King Jr.'s letter from the Birmingham jail. He wrote, "Law and order exist for the purpose of establishing justice. And when they fail in this purpose, they become the dangerously structured dams that block the flow of social progress." Now, in all the years I've watched Eric Adams, I can tell you that that quote epitomizes what he has devoted himself to, that pursuit of justice in its fullest sense. That is what defines him. He started out protecting us. As a member of the NYPD, patrolling the streets of Brooklyn from Coney Island to Greenpoint, he served people at the most grassroots level. He rose to the rank of captain because he was a natural leader. Over the course of a 22-year career, he made it his business to keep people safe, but he also made it his business to speak out. As one of the co-founders of 100 Blacks in Law Enforcement Who Care, which was a pivotal organization in changing the way we think about how we have to balance public safety and social justice, how we have to make those two concepts come together as one. And Eric is one of the people who laid the foundation for some of the progress we've made in recent years because his voice was so strong. And he continued, again, you'll see a great, strong continuity in what Eric does. He continued as state senator. He spoke out for the safety of our communities. He particularly focused on the issue of gang violence. He focused on the issue of preventing child abuse. He was always focused on safety and at the same time thought about justice and fairness and respect for all. And he was one of the voices, one of the first and most powerful voices, recognizing that the overuse of stop and frisk was holding us back. And so the changes we're making, if you believe in the changes we're making, you need to say thank you for Eric Adams being one of the people who started that ball rolling and started this march towards a more fair and just city. Now, New York City's spoken in the last few months. The people of the city want us to go in a more progressive direction. They want us to go in a bolder direction. And they've said that in many, many parts of our city. They've certainly said that here in Brooklyn. And Eric is going to be an extraordinary, bold, progressive, visionary borough president. And yes, he will be our first African-American borough president ever, and that is a great step forward in and of itself. And so together, and I know I will be shoulder to shoulder with Eric, together to create affordable housing that we have not been providing for so many communities who need it. It's time to turn to that change. We're going to keep the city safe, but we're also going to rebond police and community. We're going to bring together police and community in the name of safety. In the name of safety. And Commissioner Bratton always talks about this core notion that will police in a manner that is constitutional, that is respectful, that is compassionate. These are the things that Eric Adams was doing for years, and this is what he's called us all to do. And this is where we'll go together to make this city better. We're going to watch out for our children. Together, we're going to create, once and for all, a city where every child is guaranteed the right to full-day pre-K. We're going to make sure our middle school kids have after school, because every law enforcement officer will tell you kids staying off the street and staying in a safe, secure location where they can learn, that is one of the best ways to foster public safety. And something that's been on our minds a lot these last few weeks, we have to protect community health care. And I know how dedicated Eric is to that. So we're going to make sure that the communities around Long Island College Hospital and Interfaith Hospital have local health care available to them. And I want to reiterate, because there's been some confusing news the last few days, that we are focused on LITCH. We are focused on interfaith and making sure that when people in the community need health care, it will be there for them. So, in Eric Adams, you have this extraordinary experience of serving others. You have this incredible consistency of values. You have this strong voice. You have a heart, a sense of the people he serves, a connection to the grassroots. It all comes together. And I have to tell you, I am so excited to be his partner in making Brooklyn a better place and making New York City a better place. And it is my distinct honor, and may I speak on your behalf, First Lady? This time I have never. You were quick with that. It is my distinct honor, on behalf of the First Lady and myself, to introduce to you the Borough President of Brooklyn, Eric Adams. Before Eric comes forward, I failed to notice off the right side my former boss, and I don't want to get in trouble. I feel like Mayor Dinkins would give me a demerit and send me to the back of the room. So Mayor Dinkins, thank you. It is my honor to be your successor, sir. Thank you. And now, the Borough President of Brooklyn, Eric Adams.